Hello and welcome, beautiful Sagittarius. How are you? I am Elena Valdez, and this is my channel where I do intuitive readings. And today I'm going to do your timeless love reading, beautiful Sagittarius. I'm always excited to read for you because some of my favorite people are Sagittarians. Some of my bestest friends have been Sagittarius. My brother is a Sagittarius. Just some of the people I care about the most are Sagittarians. So I have lots of love for you. All right, so this is a timeless love reading. That means that it'll be good for you whenever you stumble upon this reading. So if you stumble upon this 6 months after I've recorded it, then that's the time it's meant for you. That is what a timeless reading means. All right, so the first question I'm going to ask Spirit is, what is the major challenge in the love department that you are facing, beautiful Sagittarius? What is a major love challenge that you may be facing? Knight of Wands is the first card out, which is a fire sign card. I'll show you the cards in a bit as they come out. 2 more cards, please, your Spirit. So the biggest challenge. Okay, I'm already seeing it. Okay, beautiful Sagittarius. We have the Knight of Wands, the King of Cups, and the Ace of Swords. So already out of the gate, with the Knight of Wands and the King of Cups facing away from each other. This can be a couple of different things. For one group of you, this is the biggest challenge here for you currently is moving away from this sort of player, grass is greener type of mentality versus someone who is stable, loyal, faithful, ready to offer your whole self to the commitment, right? There's a feeling here that there's a divide between these two personalities that they both feel appealing for different reasons. Now, this may be coming up because there may be 2 people here that you're potentially interested in. Like one may offer fun and exploration, and the other is more stable, a little bit more solid, like it's going to kind of spark there for a little bit, right? And with the Ace of Swords following these 2 archetypes, it's very much symbolizing a need for intellectual curiosity, and that can be the restlessness here, or the having to, it's almost like you're negotiating between these 2 personas of yourself, right? Like there's, on one hand, it's like that fiery Knight of Wands, you just want to take off and go and explore and do whatever you want to do. And on the other hand, the King of Cups is like, oh, but you want to be like responsible, loving, committed person. So the culprit of this restlessness is the fact that you are really needing some mental, intellectual stimulation. Your curiosity is peaking, right? So there's a part of you that's like, which of these 2 ways of being is going to offer this more interesting side of my curiosity, okay? All right, let's see how the other is potentially viewing you. Now, the other person can literally be someone you're thinking about currently. It can be about an individual that you're currently in a love situation with, or it can be someone that's viewing you from afar, like someone who you may not even know is interested in you, dear Sagittarius. The thing with Sagittarians is that they always have buddies and friends, and there's usually a buddy in the mix that's interested in the Saggies. I know you Sagittarians. I know how you are. There's always a friend. There's always someone who you're buddies with, but all right, one more card. One more card. All right, here we go. Oh yes, choices, choices, choices. Oh, okay. All right. So we have the Five of Wands, we have the King of Swords, and we have the Seven of Cups, with the King of Swords smack in the middle. Now, this is how they are viewing you, right? So there is a sense that the way they're coming across, or the way they're seeing you is as somebody who, number one, has a lot of options, a lot of choices here, but you're not really someone who likes to compete. So it's almost like you're aware that there are all these people that want to sort of get into it with you, but it's in reverse. So you're sort of like, nah, I don't really want to play that. You are aware that there are lots of options and choices. Remember, this is how they're viewing you. It doesn't necessarily mean that this is actually what's happening, beautiful Sagittarius. It's just how they are viewing you, okay? Now, for some of you, you're being viewed as the King of Swords because there may be a hierarchy position thing happening here. So either, and this is an intellectual type of hierarchy. So for some of you, you may be someone's teacher, or for some of you, you may be someone that they look up to as somebody who is an intellectual. Maybe you're a writer, maybe you're very good with your words and you're very focused and revered in that way, okay? Yet at the same time, you have a lot of options. You have a lot of options, but you don't care to be fought for or fight for. Like you're kind of like, I don't really care for competition. It's either there or it's not, no big deal. Now remember, this is how they're viewing you. So I'm not necessarily seeing a lot of affection or love here, though. I'm not really getting that from this other person. If this is somebody that you're already with, they may be potentially wondering, for some of you, you may be a boss or a teacher, or you may have some influence at work or the work that you do. And they may be looking at you as somebody who has a lot of options in that realm. So your person may think that, like, let's say you're a teacher, you have like students who want you, or people that you lead, or people that you teach, because there's a feeling of people you teach here. And the person you're with is like, I don't really want to compete for that. I don't really want to fight for this person. And you're also being viewed in that way. So it's twofold here. It's a couple of groups of you here, right? So there's a group of you where this is how they're viewing you. They're viewing you as somebody who's, I don't really care. I have the superior position, whatever that is. And for others, it's them viewing you as someone who you need to be the one to make the decision, and they're not going to fight for it. All right, for some of you, you may be dealing with a Capricorn here. Let's see. We have the King of Pentacles, we have the Nine of Cups, and we have the Eight of Swords. So clarifying this lack of motivation to fight for someone or something, clarifying that is the King of Pentacles. So the person here who is viewing you may potentially be an earth sign. Capricorn is an earth sign, Virgo is an earth sign, and Taurus also. They may potentially be looking at the situation like, I don't really care to compete. I don't want to fight for this individual. For the other group, you may be being viewed this way, where you're being seen as somebody who's calm, cool, collected. You know who you are. I'm telling you, there's an age gap situation happening here, or there's a hierarchy, like a position gap here, like someone's a boss, or someone's teacher, someone's landlord. I just heard landlord. There's something here that's a hierarchy situation happening with either age, profession, rank at work, knowledge, that kind of thing. And so whoever this is like, I don't really care. I'm not gonna fight with these other amateurs trying to fight for this person. They're like, whatever. And clarifying the King of Swords here is the Nine of Cups. So it's interesting. It's a very contradictory energy, right? Because the King of Swords is very like, I got it together. I don't really feel. Yet the Nine of Cups is very much confirming that you are being seen as somebody who actually wants to be more than just that. Like you want to be able to receive more than you have actually been receiving. You want to feel. And there's this contemplation here, complexity between having to choose. It is causing some anxiety. So they may be watching you go through this whole process of figuring out, balancing being their boss or being somebody who's at a top rank, a teacher, maybe a landlord, whatever you are, like navigating being in this position, but wanting this, the Nine of Cups, which is fulfillment, fun, love, connection, expression, all of that. And there's anxiety happening here. Like they're observing you quite literally go getting your head all up in your head about having to make decisions and choose what direction to go in this. For those of you who are already in an established relationship, this can be your person, your spouse, observing you having to deal with maybe some temptation, or maybe they're kind of observing like there's a possibility that you may be tempted or that you are missing the ability to have options. All right, let's see how you are viewing them. How is Sagittarius viewing this individual? You are aware, Sagittarius, that a negotiation of some sorts needs to take place and a decision needs to be made. You are very aware of that. The Three of Pentacles is coming to an agreement in something, coming together, working with someone else to find a middle ground and find an agreement, but it came in sideways. The Three of Pentacles can sometimes mean that there is a mental entertaining of a possibility of a third party or another person. It doesn't mean it's actually happening, because it's sort of more like weighing the pros and cons type of thing. But it did come out sideways into the Knight of Pentacles, and the Knight of Pentacles goes into judgment. So what this tells me, beautiful Sagittarius, is that there is an awareness within yourself that an agreement or coming to terms with something needs to start being expressed. Something needs to be negotiated here. And you understand that. And there's also this feeling that you need to prove yourself somehow. You need to prove something with tangibilities in order for a decision to be made. So either you're the one who's needing to prove something to this individual of either your loyalty or what you bring to the table, or the fact that you've made a decision already, right? With judgment here. It's like almost like this feeling like somebody needs to know that you're firm with them. Remember the beginning challenge was this dichotomy, this weighing between the Knight of Wands and the King of Cups into the Ace of Swords. Like there's a curiosity here. It's like the itch you need to scratch, right? And they sense this. Somebody senses this. And so there's a need, and you are aware of this. You're aware that you're going to need to have that come to Jesus conversation with someone. But not just have a conversation. You need to literally make an active, tangible evidence type of action with the Knight of Pentacles towards a decision. So it's almost like closing something out for good, or opening something up and starting something over again, right? Whether it's with your spouse that you're with or your significant other or a person of interest here. For those of you where it's a relationship where you're like someone's boss, landlord, or teacher, what have you, it may mean just that, you know, having the conversation of like the boundaries, the expectations before moving forward into any type of final decision. Okay. All right, let's clarify. And then we're going to pull advice, and then we're going to ask the yes or no question. So start thinking what your question is through Sagittarius. All right, so let's clarify for Saggy. Okay, so you got the Knight. Your clarification ends with the Knight of Pentacles, which you already had here. So it's about moving forward in a tangible way. You need to show evidence here. There's somebody in your environment, Sagittarius, that's not quite trusting your intentions or motives or where you stand in a situation. So quite literally someone's looking at you, like they're like literally looking at you like, what are you up to here with the Seven of Swords? I think somebody's worried here. Somebody's worried that you may either not be interested or sort of go off and maybe go a different direction than initially intended. But again, with the Knight of Pentacles ending the advice here and literally enunciating it, meaning it came up twice in the same position and from two different decks, the same card. It is a confirmation that there's something that, and I'm sorry, this is actually not the advice position. This is how you see the situation, how you see them. But you are aware that somebody is having a little bit of distrust here. They're not fully sure where you stand. It's like somebody needs concrete, tangible evidence of your loyalty, your position with them, etc. This can also be a situation where money is involved, and that's part of the issue and conflict here. So there may be a situation where you need to make quite literally a payout. And I don't know what that means. It'll make sense to those that makes sense to, like maybe showing some evidence in a tangible way. All right, let's go with the advice. Now remember, Sagittarius, if this does not resonate for you at the time that you come to this reading, it means that this is not your reading. These readings are general. So this is a pretty specific reading. So it may or may not resonate. And if it doesn't resonate, it's okay. And some of you are not even involved with anyone, right? So you're like, what is all that? It's okay. That's what happens with general readings. All right, one more card for advice, your spirit. Okay. Oh, yeah. So you got the Strength card, you got the Ace of Pentacles, and you have the Devil in reverse. So there is a situation here that you need to treat with kid gloves, my beautiful Sagittarius. There is a situation where, again, the way, let me just show you the visual of this, okay? You have the Strength card into the Ace of Pentacles into the Devil in reverse. It again feels lovely, Sagittarius. It's like you need to prove something to someone tangibly. You see how this Ace of Pentacles is like, here, let me show you that this obsession that I had in the past for XYZ other person is no longer there. Or that my addictions are done, or that my overthinking is done, or my workaholic nature is gone. Let me just prove to you. And it's like you need to do it in a very loving, it's like, it's how you're taming an insecurity. It's like it's almost like you're taming someone else's ego, or taming is not the right word. Like appeasing, or, oh, that's getting closer, but that's not the right word. It's like maybe you're soothing someone else's insecurity, because with the strength, this can sometimes be about taming someone's insecurity, like taming someone's ego, right? Taming someone's insecurity. And you're aware that by showing up with like a tangible evidence, for some of you, that's going to mean literal financial means. For others of you, it's just your presence, right? Because pentacles can symbolize our physical presence with someone. So it can literally be about you being present, physically present with someone, while not giving into your addictions or your former habits or former things that got you maybe into some trouble with this individual. And so that is the advice. The advice is to stay focused on how can you soothe this person who may not fully be secure in your intentions or your potential future actions, is how I'm going to put it. All right, Sagittarius, let's go ahead and ask yourself the question, or write it down, or whatever, the yes or no, the question that you require a yes or no answer to. And I'm going to go ahead and use only major arcana to pull up your answer. And what is it? Is it yes or is it no? Whatever Sagittarius is asking. Is it a yes or is it a no? Is it a yes or is it a no? Is it a yes or is it a no? For Sagittarius, what is the answer? I'll tell you what's missing from this reading, beautiful Sagittarius. There are not a lot of cups in this reading, which cups to me symbolizes emotion and love, and there's not a lot of that going on here. There's a lot of emphasis on pentacles, on tangibilities, on show me with the money, or show me with your presence, show me. There's not a lot of, except for the Nine of Cups. Yeah, the Nine of Cups is on their end, but on your end, I'm not seeing a lot of mushy, gooey, love, yummies, you know? I'm not seeing any of that. Okay, you got 3 yeses. So usually I only pull 1 card from this deck and it'll tell me yes or no. But you got 3 cards and they're all yeses. And the card you got was the Emperor, the Strength card, and the Magician. So this is telling me that you have, and again, the Strength card came up again. So this is the Strength card, right? So it came up again in your yes answer, along with the Emperor and along with the Magician here. So this is about getting in full control of your empowered seat, beautiful Sagittarius. Making sure that you are responding from your empowered center, from your free will, right? With these 3 cards, these are 3 very powerful cards that indicate inner strength and also action. And you are in need of something. You are in need of, like, there's a curiosity here that needs to be quenched. You need to. There's a need here. There's a need. So however that may help you, Sagittarius, maybe taking a course, maybe learning something new, or having a new hobby. Anyway, the answer to your question is yes. And not only yes once, but yes 3 times. So it's like, yeah. All right, beautiful Sagittarius. I hope this was helpful. If it was, comment, like, subscribe. Tell your friends about the channel. I would greatly appreciate it. And I'll see you here at the next reading. Bye.